Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. This was a Patreon and a members exclusive. It was actually a message that we got from the Galactics about the truth behind werewolves and dogmen. Really fascinating stuff. And here you go. NASA's DiskSat is gearing up to launch into low Earth orbit. 4 plate-shaped spacecraft are going to demonstrate a new small spacecraft technology that aims to lower mission costs and expand access to space. The launch window opens December 18th. Wait a minute, that's today at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Live coverage again began about 20 minutes before launch. Can you kind of get a... Can you smell what NASA's cooking?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, and they keep putting it out there in a way where, oh yes, we're just testing this thing. It's just a new technology. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're happening to make some common saucer-shaped ships ourselves at this time. Yeah. That's just a coincidence. Has nothing to do with any of the historical events, Roswell, et cetera, throughout history, Well, what we do have is crazy winds and crazy weather. Look at these wind gusts, 142 miles an hour, Coldwater Ridge, Washington, 144 miles an hour in Wyoming, 110 in Dillon, Colorado, 138 Mount Hood, Oregon. I mean, this is, Category 3, Category 4 hurricane level winds that we are witnessing across the Northwest. It's just wild weather.
Yeah, and definitely stick around because after we explain what's going on with the weather, there's things that are things happening to our bodies, weather related, that we need to talk about.
There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to be revealed. Again, these wind gusts are coming from like all over the place. The Dakotas too, just massive 3-digit winds that can cause absolute havoc. And not just ripping apart flags, but of course, obviously impacting homes and trees. And just be safe if you're in these areas. If it isn't the wind, it's the fire too. And of course, wind feeds fire. This is from Yuma, Colorado, 25 miles west of Ray. Nearby fires there. There's 9 fires burning across rural Yuma County. And the winds are 50 to 60 miles an hour at this area. Farmers being asked to bring tractors and discs to cut fire lines. No formal evacuations at this time. When we talk about the rainfall that we've had, it's estimated that 15 trillion gallons of water have been dumped on western Washington. Could that perhaps, instigate another great Cascadian quake? Now, this weather is going to make its way down into northern California more now. As you see, this is what they're looking at the next 5 days. Seattle area 3 to 5 inches, Eugene 5 to 8, and then closer to the border, Oregon-California border, up to a foot of water is coming. This is just insane. We have all sorts of things going on. You have levee breaches, you have massive flooding going on, evacuations have been ongoing. Watch out for rock slides, landslides, mudslides. Just be very, very careful in this area.
Definitely be very careful. We've heard from a lot of people it's kind of freaky out there.
And this is what we've heard from a lot of people, like this one saying, I've lived in Washington State my entire life. I've never experienced anything like this before. Well, that seems to be the norm in these times. And we had talked about everything increasing since 2017, but it just keeps going up. So how far will it go? And talking about going up, here you're looking at homes, $10 million homes, and the water is lapping up to them. And then the decisions, because, there's a foundation being put in for another home. Should it even be going up there? Again, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of abandoned homes. We already are. You have a lot of people that can't afford to get flood insurance. They can't afford to get insurance in some cases. And then, of course, you can't get a mortgage for a house without insurance. So it becomes a conundrum. And what's happening is ultimately a lot of gigantic investment firms are buying up a ton of properties, which is making it tougher for the average person to have a property. And this is in Bolivia, where flash floods killed 20 people. Again, this is just to point out that this is everywhere we look at. You're finding it happen everywhere from Australia, Asia, to Africa, to North and South America, all over the world. You're seeing these massive floods and just one disaster after another. And it gets us thinking, this is Gunung Padang. If you haven't seen this place, this is a fascinating archaeological, perhaps huge clue to our past. And why in the world wouldn't we be going and finding what it has to reveal? As we could see, scans have revealed vast chambers buried deep beneath the surface of what might be the world's oldest pyramid in Indonesia. No excavation going on, no urgency, just like Göbekli Tepe. No, the system doesn't want you to know our history. They cover it up. This is just a fact. Our history is buried deep. And you got to wonder, are we being buried deep right now? Are we in the beginning stages of what has happened in the past? And, you have people that go out there and they get wet, and they're doing what they can to help as many people as they can. And I know that you guys are like that. You would get wet, I think, to go help a neighbor. Yeah, unclog drains, that definitely can go a long way. Sharing what you know, your experience, is something that's going to help those in your circle. Again, work with neighbors, work with family, work with friends, be supporting each other. Get your own gardens going as you can. Again, there's so many things to do in these times. It's hard to keep up with everything. This is interesting because this woman is recording a waterfall. This is Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And then all of a sudden, as she's filming, it's like a rock flips up. Or is that a rock? What is that? Something is right there. She sees it and then it goes. Was a rock maybe flipped over in the rushing water? That could be. Could be. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's an elemental being just saying hi.
Mm-hmm. And before we go, I wanted to talk about the importance of this weather and what it has to do with our bodies. Now, this is really important. So a lot of you might understand the idea that you're just a walking barometer. Your head lets you know what kind of weather is out there because you get headaches, you're not well, just something is off. But it's getting worse, you guys. It's getting worse when it comes to rapid weather changes. It's not just affecting your mood or the headache. They affect your connective tissue, your blood pressure, and your nervous system. So, when the barometric pressure drops or spikes quickly, your body temporarily loses its ability to regulate fluids and vessel tone. So, a simple daily fix, but you have to do this daily. This is so very, very important. But make sure it's okay for your body, but add a pinch of natural minerals to your water before symptoms hit, and that might be just something like Himalayan salt. Get those salts in your body. We need the minerals. It definitely supports blood volume stability, and it helps joints and connective tissue stay hydrated. So it reduces headaches, dizziness, joint pain, and fatigue that usually people are blaming on stress. So the best options are a pinch of sea salt or trace mineral drops. Those are really good. Coconut water diluted with regular water, bone broth, or mineral-rich soup if it's cold. Isn't that interesting how our instincts, when it's cold and yucky, you just want to make warm soup. Isn't that interesting? Our bodies know what to do, and I think sometimes we we lose touch of that in this crazy, chaotic world. But if you're not feeling well, and I've had plenty of reports of people not doing well, just emotionally feeling way off, try this. Get those minerals in your body, get yourself stable, and be very forgiving of yourself, because times are a-changing.
They are, and keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open wide, and use the wisdom that you've gained and share it with friends and family, and stay prepared. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hyping the videos and subscribing. We couldn't do this without you guys. Look forward to your comments, and you're welcome to join us on Patreon or as a YT member. Source bless. Namaste.
Namaste.